Hello dear students, very warm welcome to Dr. Ahmed YouTube channel. Today I'm going to record a very small video for the benefit of my MPhil students. This video is about the novel, Bapsi Sidhwa's novel, The Crow Eaters. This is an introductory video. It will be only taught here how the novel should be approached, how it should be read, and actually how it should be taught as well. So let us have a start. The title of the video is going to be Introduction to Sidhwa's The Crow Eaters. And let's proceed with this. The very first thing that should be talked about are some of the important aspects of the title of this novel. The title is The Crow Eaters, and therefore it should be considered what are the Crow Eaters and what is the meaning of this Crow Eater. Similarly, Parsi culture should be thrown some light on, and what is the significance of crows in this, and some of the ancient historical knowledge about the crows may also be talked about. And ultimately, the title also signifies that this is going to be a comic tale. So first of all, let us talk about the Crow Eaters. Most of the time, this title, Crow Eaters, is allocated to the people who are Parsi with respect to their belief. They are Parsi people and they are supposed to be talking all the time, talking more and more, and talking too much, rather we should say. And that is why the title has been given the Crow Eaters, which is associated with the Parsi people. But there is another significance as well, that the crows are, they have been the source of food for some of the people in Australia. And that is why a crow has also been talked about. And in that sense also, that the Crow Eaters are there. The people who eat crows, they are there. And in the same way, crows are very important because of the Parsi religion, that Parsi people, when they die, they put their dead ones at a high place which is meant for the dead person, that it should be there. The crows and other predatory animals should come forward to eat the flesh of that person, so that his salvation may be taking place. So tower of strength or tower of forgiveness is there, where the people should be kept in that way. So therefore, Crow Eaters is going to be a very humorous title as well. It goes to throw some light on the humorous aspect, which mostly is associated with the Parsi people, men and women, that they create humor with the help of their talk. They talk too much. With the help of things, they do so, and that is why the title of the novel is going to be The Crow Eaters. Overall, we can say this is the reflection of the Parsi culture, Parsi community in Pakistan, and the Parsi people. How do they live, and what are they making efforts in order to save their culture, in order to preserve their community. All these things can be discussed under the heading of the title of this novel. Let's proceed further and see what else we can have a discussion on. It is here something about the Parsi community. With respect to that, this novel should also be analyzed, that the Parsi people came from Paras, from Iran, and which in Urdu is called Faras. And similarly, in subcontinent, they have survived for a very long time. This should be talked about. They are a business community. They are most of the time very honest and responsible people. They love their culture. And at this moment, in the 21st century, 20th century especially, they are fighting the battle for the survival of their culture and community, and how the Parsi people live as a minority. These are the things possibly that should be talked about. So first of all, let us go to the history of these Parsi people. It is believed in the very first chapter of this novel, through a lot of light on this historical aspect, that they had to migrate and displace from the country which was known as Iran in the past time. Also, it was known as Faras, Persia in English, and these people had to migrate to different places. So many people migrated to India of that time, which was being ruled by the Muslim people, and they came here in order to live on a permanent basis. So therefore, Parsis are not the people who are born there. They do not belong to this place, and they come from Pars as the migrants. So therefore, when they come to this Indo-Pak subcontinent, they have to fight the biggest possible battle of the preservation of their culture, of the survival of their culture. These people are mostly found to be businessmen, and that is why they engage in money activities. They have plenty of money at their disposal. They are very honest and responsible people, conduct their business honestly, and that is why they are shown in the novel also, in the real community also, that these are the people who are successful businessmen. and as a result they have an important place in the business community. These people are fighting a battle to preserve their culture. Definitely with the passage of time, the acculturation of their culture is also taking place, especially when they are living in a Muslim dominant state. And they have also lived among the people who were being ruled by the English people. So that's why cultural onslaughts have been many, and they have been making a lot of struggle in order to save them. Their children are affected by that, their culture is affected by that, they are trying to do so. And when they are a minority also in a country which is dominated by the Muslim people, this struggle becomes significant. So this novel also shows about the struggle of the people for their survival as a community, for their survival of their culture, and they are fighting to struggle and to complete their culture. Also, this novel goes to talk about this thing as well. And moreover, let us see what else we can discuss about this novel. This is the main characters of the novel. Fridun is there, Putli Bai is there, Germano is there. Although these are the main characters, but we can also talk about Soli, we can also talk about Tanya, we can also talk about Billy, some of the sons and daughters of this Fridun, who is a businessman, and he's a very clever businessman as well. He has the characteristics of conducting his business very successfully. His wife Putli Bai is the example of a very obedient, very perfect kind of wife, which is God. She's beautiful also, and she's the one whose name is Putli. And this comes from the word Putli, and that's the person who obeys her husband all the time. Jerbano is the mother-in-law of Fridun, and she's the one who's source of laughter, who's the source of irritation. Most of the time, she's not only the source of irritation and laughter for the reader, but also for Fridun as well. So some of these characters are there. They should be talked separately in a distinct way, and they characteristics of these characters in the novel should be highlighted. And in the same tone, if we proceed further, we have the humor which is created because of Jerbano, the mother-in-law, the cock which she loves very much, and Fridun wants that this cock should be eaten out, but she tries to protect the cock as much as possible. One day the cock runs away, and Fridun finds a chance that it should be killed and eaten up, and the same is done, and therefore Jerbano speaks too much, fights too much. That creates a lot of humor. The Fridun also creates humor at that time when he goes close to the cutting of the hair of Jerbano, because to control her, as he was told by someone, her hair should be cut and brought to him, and when he was just close to cut the hair, Jerbano got up and a lot of fuss was created. So that is why humor is there. Fire scene also is there, not only to create humor but also to create the fuss and frustration of Jerbano and that of Fridun also, because the house catches fire, and Fridun is expecting that in that fire the mother-in-law will be dead, and as a result he will be able to claim the insurance, but nothing happened. She survived, and that goes to show everything of the frustration of this person Fridun, and that is what is created as humor also. On the dining table also, Jerbano eats too much and she demands too much and she talks too much, and as a result on the dining table scenes also she proves to be humorous. Once a buffalo runs behind Jerbano on the way when they are traveling towards Lahore. Buffalo is following Jerbano, Jerbano is running ahead, and that also creates a lot of scene of humor. She walks too much, she talks too much, and there is a lot of things which happen because of her character. Not only Jerbano is the source of humor, but also Fridun himself and his sons Billy and Soli. Soli is dead very early, and the other daughters are also responsible for that. So in this way, a lot of humor is created in this novel because of the characters. We can also discuss some other aspect of the novel. For example, we can talk about the feministic aspect of the novel, which is also very important. According to some of the writers, this feministic aspect is according to the first and the second wave of the novel, of the feminism, possibly we can say. But the things may be talked with reference to the women for culture, that the Parsi people have also given duty to their women, that they should maintain the culture, they should take care of the culture at home also, outside also, in dresses also. So the men and women wear the same dresses which they are taking, and in the same way they should be getting training and living in the same way as the Parsi people want them. Minority women, they are not only minority, they are also the women, and in this way they are the people who are doubly colonized. Some of the rituals are performed by these women also. They not only maintain the household, and it's a kind of irony on the Pakistani culture as well, that Pakistani women are not that successful as they are. Sidhwa, being a woman writer, portrays some of the feministic aspect as well. For example, she portrays two generations of the women in this novel. One generation is that women are 100% obedient. They are taught to be obedient all the time. They have no will. They follow the footsteps of their husband. But on the other hand, the next generation, as the two generations are there, the next generation, which is represented by Tanya and by the daughter of Fridun, they are not ready to willingly accept everything. So they question also, they resist also. So in that way, two waves of feminism at that time, which was available to Bapsi Sidhwa, has also been talked about. So there's a feministic aspect also with reference to the women culture, which is there inside the Parsi people also, and also because of the resistance which is coming up in the new generation, the generation gap of the women who represent these two waves also. Of course, there is no third wave women in this novel, so partially feminism is available in this novel and partially it's not. This should also be talked about with reference to these things. In the same tone, if we continue further, we have to say simply thank you to the people, because these are some of the important things with respect to which the novel should be read out. And so the whole thing ends over here. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in some next novel. If you understand something, like it, do not fail to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. Hope to see you in some next video. Thank you. Till that time.